Okay, check, mic check. Whew. Let me dismiss this one. 6 a.m. will sound. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, 6 a.m.'s already started. Gonna dismiss it. I already set the alarm. And now the alarm has already set. Okay, going to remove my charger because that is where I anyways, okay, we're about to start the stream in just a moment. Okay. Okay, can anyone hear me, chat? If not, let me fix the audio first before I start. Okay, is it better? Is the audio better? Okay, I see. We're still holding on, don't worry. Okay, let me open Streamlabs. Alright, Streamlabs is already open. OBS. I see, OBS. Okay, it's recording now. Because I'll explain to you what after the stream started. Okay, let me check if the emotes are working. Feel free to spam some emotes. Oh yeah, I have a channel point redemption if to spam some emotes. Let me test out. Okay, seems fine. Oh, that's my tier 2. You can check out on my channel points if for those of you who wants to spam some emotes here. Okay, so it is working now, I guess. Okay, can anyone hear me, chat? Yeah, I see. There's bear in mind that the chat is still having some trouble, so and also there are still some catch up to do with the chat. So if I cannot read, if I'm not able to read the message, you can message again so that I can finally see and able to read some of your messages. Not sure what will happen next, but we'll see about that. Like, okay, I see about that. I see. Seems fine. Oh, I can end it. Okay, I see. Anyways, I think we should start. We should start the stream. We should start the show already. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you do. Welcome to Parmesan Interviews, and also welcome to the stream as well. This is Mr. Parmy. Thank you so much for coming to the stream, and hope you are having a wonderful and safe Friday. In case you have missed, this is part one of our season one finale. It is a surprise that we'll be doing a finale. Although this is not the last episode, there will be part two, and there will be season two. Don't worry, there will be season two, which means more guests, more interviews, more cool stuff coming up. The reason why I'll be doing it is because I'll be taking a short break after the finale in order to focus on some things. Most especially, I'll be finishing my semester and also doing my art stuff. But don't worry, I will be posting some stream clips for the next few days. Just like the usual. I'll also be posting it on TikTok and also on YouTube. So, and also the reason why I'll be doing one interview stream. Originally, it was supposed to be I was supposed to do two interview streams this week, but I pushed my Saturday stream to next week. It is because this weekend is Mother's Day, and this Sunday is Mother's Day, and most of us here are having some plans on how to spend some time with their moms, and also how to celebrate with their moms by giving gifts, sending some some warm messages, warm hugs and loves, and all that cool stuff for your mom. And with that, I just want to say on behalf of everyone here, Happy Mother's Day in advance. So I guess we should start the interview in just a moment. But first, let me check the time here. Fix almost set. Okay, here we go. I think that's fine. So yes, what will happen after I return from streaming after my short break? I'll be doing more interviews, and also probably explore new games. I've been planning on doing Duolingo. I've been enjoying Duolingo lately. I've been learning, uh, trying Spanish. I'm on my 29 days streak over on Duolingo. I'm almost completing on my 30-day streak, and I've been thinking about streaming Duolingo for the next couple of days, or once I go back to streaming. So let's see about that, and let's see how it goes. So yeah, that's probably my update for now. Uh, as for my school stuff, as I mentioned, that I'll be taking a short break from streaming in order to finish my semester. Yep, it's getting tough, but we'll get there, and hopefully I could finish it right away, so that by the next few months we could finally graduate already and find a job. Oh, as for the art content, I'm almost finished with drawing Danhausen. I'll be switching it to digital art. I just finished doing pencil art for Danhausen. Yes, I'm drawing Danhausen. I'm almost done. I'll be adding some inks and some digital art and stuff, and adding some colors, and then after which I'll be posting it by tomorrow. But so stay tuned for updates. If you haven't followed me on Twitter and on Instagram, please go check me out and follow. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I think we should start the interview right away. So we introduce our guest. He's been a streamer for a very long time, and he's also the he's doing NFL Madden streams and Star Wars streams. Not only that, he is the owner and host of the E-Federation called ECW Revival. Let's all welcome our guest, the DarksideCaster. Hey there, Darkside. Hi, thank you so much for being here on the Parmesan interviews.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on, Parmy. It's a pleasure.
How are you, by the way?
I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. The last couple of weeks have been kind of a trying time for me. I'm on a leave of absence from work right now, helping out my mom and my brother, who's handicapped, who she tends to. She had some neck trauma happen to her a couple of Saturdays ago. But since that time, she has gotten treatment and an injection, which, from what she told me since this morning, has been helping her out really well.
Mm. Oh yeah, speaking of moms, Mother's Day is right around the corner. And do you have any plans for Mother's Day?
Yes, my wife, of course, is off. She works at a Chick-fil-A, so she is off work on Sunday. So we are all going to go over to my mom. So we have both my mom and, of course, my wife over there. And I'm going to, since my mom can't really go out and doesn't prefer to go out that much, I'm going to order something from a restaurant to have delivered over to my mom's place, and also order some flowers for both. Which, thank goodness the convenience of being able to order stuff online and have it delivered is still around. And more so since the pandemic has started up about over a year ago. But yeah, it's very convenient to be able to do that.
Yeah, can you imagine without the food delivery and stuff, we wouldn't be able to uh, deliver the food right away. And I'm also glad.
Yeah, it's very convenient.
And I'm also glad that you're having some wonderful plans for for Mother's Day. I'm going to wish you happy Mother's Day to your mom and also to your wife in advance.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And also by the way, how's the weather so far?
Weather's been pretty good. We've gotten some spells of rain, which is always good because here in Texas, where I live, during the summer times, and especially during the late part of the summer, it gets up to triple digits, very little rain. So whatever rain we can get right now during the spring season, I'm telling you, most of us in this area, we welcome it with open arms.
Mm. You know what? You know what I want? We want to have a rainy season already. It's been pretty much sunny for a couple days, but it's been windy as well. Although I've been pretty much sweaty when it comes to every time it's been sunny.
Yeah, yeah.
And let's get on with some questions right away. First off, how's your 2021 so far?
2021 has been kind of, it's just like life itself. It's had its ups and it's had its downs. Like I said with my mom recently, but she's been dealing with it as best as she can, and I've been dealing with having to help her out and my brother as well, along with take care of my own family obligations. I think I've handled it quite good. Work's been going good, no complaints there. they've had me go from different vision centers to help out over there before I had to take a leave of absence a couple of weeks ago. And I enjoy helping out other areas, and then also teaching, since I have the experience as being a manager of a vision center environment. And also looking ahead. My wife and I, we plan on getting a house sometime this year. We were going to start looking the first of this month, but because of what happened with my mom, that's kind of been put on pause for now. But we're going to start looking hopefully by the first of next month. And really, overall, it's been pretty decent. It's been really good.
About your day job, can you describe your can you explain your day job, and can you describe your work at in uh in the best way possible?
Yeah, sure. I'm a optician. I work at a vision center, part of Walmart. I've been doing this for for a little over 2 years. However, I've been an employee with the same company for over 14 years, doing various things. And basically, what an optician does, we take patients' prescriptions. We input the information into our computers to prep the order, help them decide on frames and lenses for glasses, and also set up orders for contact lenses.
Oh yeah. Oh, so this is also optician. Is this the one? Okay, let me summarize for a bit. Is this the one? Is this the one where you check their eyes and uh figure out what will be the grade of their preferred eyeglasses or contact lenses?
Yes. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, we have an optical place at the mall nearby. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. They're all, places like that. They're at malls, and they're also in retail stores like at the one I work at, and then there's standalone places like America's Best, Vision Works, places like that. You can find them almost anywhere you go. So there's a definitely a variety, and it's a very competitive business. So that's the challenges with it as well. We kind of have to, because we need to expose ourselves to any customer that comes in. We have to use ways to promote ourselves within the store and promote ourselves outside of the store, using methods like Facebook posts and Instagram posts.
Oh yeah, to everyone out there, to anyone out there in his area, if you want to have a checkup with your eyes, go to their place, so that they will check out your eyes. And also, by the way, for those of you who are having some troubles with their eyes, always remember to have a checkup with your eyes, and always take care of your eyesight.
Yep. At least go every other year, if not every year. They prefer you to go every year annually, but at least at the most go every other year.
I see. Oh, I see. By the way, and I hope that I hope that I wish you all best of luck with your job, and also your stuff going on. It's been a year already, and we're still currently on quarantine. We have some restrictions, but not that much before. But hopefully it goes well. When everything goes back to normal, we could finally do our own stuff. We could finally travel and meet our friends and also our families, and hopefully when everything goes back to normal, we could do our best we could do our best that we usually do back in the day.
Yeah, amen to that. I mean, we're getting there. We're getting there. It's just a matter of time of when. And you know, here in Texas, they the governor has taken away all the mask mandates at a state government level.
Yeah.
However, businesses, if they still choose to issue mask mandates, they do. Majority of the places that I've been to still have signs that still have mask mandates. Of course, all the major retailers have them. There have been a handful of places I've been to, convenience stores, and a few other shops that don't care either way. That's completely up to them. But
Yeah.
I'm also seeing other states trying to get into that same mindset as you know, they got the vaccine out. The numbers have gone down, thankfully. Hopefully they'll continue to decline and nothing will spike up anytime soon. And not just here, not just in this country, but all over the world. I know India's had it rough. But hopefully they'll get back down to where they need to be, and everyone as a whole around the globe we can go back to some sort of normalcy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially right Yeah, especially right now that some establishments are reopening, just like theaters are being reopened, and some places that are being reopened, all with some restrictions and all that. But yeah, hopefully we could finally go back to normal, and hopefully we could finally enjoy the usual stuff. So let's get on with.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And I can't wait for to get vaccinated, but I'm also scared as well. But yeah, hopefully it works finally. But anyways, let's get right into some questions. Some questions from streaming and all that, and questions from streaming, gaming, and your interests. First, the first question is, what is the origin of your username, DarksideCaster?
DarksideCaster. Would you believe that is not the original name I had on Twitch? It's not.
Nah.
I went by Darkside. I went by Darth Barton 37 to start off with. It was an old account. I created it in late 2014, and that's how long I've been a part of Twitch. So my first year as a part of Twitch, I was known as that. And the reason why I no longer have that account is because in late 2015, I kind of had an incident where I didn't know if I wanted to continue being part of the Twitch community. And at that point in time, I streamed, but not a whole lot. I was kind of a casual streamer at that point. And I was part of the Destiny gaming community, and that's what really got me getting an interest in Twitch and wanted to stream just for the heck of it, just for fun. And I just felt like that you know, things change sometimes, and then you get in the mindset that you know, I really don't feel wanted and all that, so I canceled my account completely. And it was my wife who kind of built me up and acknowledged how I felt and said that, hey, this is something you enjoy doing, and you had a lot of friends on there. You need to really think about going back on there. So I made the account again on early January of 2016. Went by Darth Barton 38 at that time. And I kept that name until a little over a couple of years ago. I changed it to DarksideCaster because what I wanted to do is I wanted to properly rebrand myself for streaming purposes, and for advertising and stuff like that, for one, as I am currently today. And number two, back then I really had high aspirations, and I still do to some degree. It's really a long-term goal of mine to break out into podcasting. Of any topic, of any interest, whether it be Star Wars related, sports related, including pro wrestling, football, hockey, anything like that. Gaming related. So mainly the origins of that, of choosing DarksideCaster, was one, my love of Star Wars. I threw out a few names out there. I told my wife, and she actually liked this one as well. So we both decided, hey, let's go with this one. It sounds pretty cool. And two, it's a rebranding to where I could branch out into other avenues. Because as a streamer, it's kind of like having your own brand. And to me, you got to have a really good name to go along with your own brand. And I thought DarksideCaster, the fact that I love Star Wars, I'm a complete Star Wars mark, have been since I first saw Empire Strikes Back as a 5-6-year-old kid. And so that's how the origin of my name came about.
Oh, another thing I've been noticed. It is because, did you join the dark side?
What's that again?
It is because you joined the dark side. It's because of your username.
Yes, I have. I am in tune with the dark side of the Force. Absolutely.
Oh, how could you? But yeah. Oh, by the way, since you joined Twitch in 2014, what were the features of Twitch back in the day, back in 2014? I joined Twitch around as a viewer back in April 2017. I began interested in Twitch again around early 2018, and I became a streamer back in April. So what was Twitch like? What were the features of Twitch back in 2014?
They really didn't have, especially for content creator, they really didn't have all the options that were available. Of course, back then, biggest thing, there was no affiliate program. The parameters to be a partner was completely different. They kind of had to, Twitch, when I say they, I mean Twitch, the Twitch staff, had to find a way to, because they were giving the affiliates ways to earn income for bits and subs and stuff like that. They had to find a way to make the partnership, the partners, give them incentives as well to keep them going and still doing what they love. Because I remember when the Twitch affiliate program came out, I saw half very overwhelmingly good feedback on it, but then I seen Twitch partners who kind of soured upon it because they were wondering, well, what's the point of being a partner if Twitch is giving the affiliates compensation, you know? And I could see it from their point of view. However, like you have in your profile, you got to trust the process. That was my son.
Okay.
And so for the partners, over the last couple of 2+ years since the Twitch affiliate program, I'm sorry, not 2+ years, 4+ years, I should say, 4+ years, because I just hit my 4th year anniversary early this month. And in the 4 years, I think Twitch has done a fairly decent job in, not only expanding the affiliate program, but also the partner program to keep pace and, making them happy and making them feel like that, hey, even though affiliates get this, you guys get all this. And to me, I think Twitch partners definitely get more incentives as far as sponsorship possibilities and other perks with gaming companies, no matter how big or small, compared to affiliates as well. But yeah, since I started watching Twitch, they just every year they would come up with something different and something new on top of the affiliate program, and I think it's heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
And I know there's several other things the content creators want to see happen. Twitch recently had a sort of like a chat a couple of times asking viewers, hey, speak your mind, what do you want to see happen? So again, just like what you have in your panel, you got to, even though it hasn't happened yet, and you may be upset about something or not sure about something, just got to trust the process. Got to trust the way it goes.
Yeah. You know what, the notable feature that I've noticed for Twitch affiliates is affiliates have more emote slots. So before, you have one emote per tier. You have one emote for tier 1 until tier 3, but now for tier 1 subs, you get more additional slots. That's what I've noticed for Twitch affiliates so far. And by the way, not just partners are getting sponsorship, but also affiliates too. Almost everyone gets sponsorships, and which is a great thing.
Yeah, it is.
And by the way, how did you join Twitch, and how's your streaming experience so far? I've noticed that you've been on Twitch since 2014, the same year the New Day started as a stable.
Yeah, that's crazy because it's been so long. I completely forgot about that. I know how they got together, but I didn't know it's been that long. I really did. But let's see. So how did I join Twitch, and how was my streaming experience so far? I joined Twitch, like I said, I kind of touched on it earlier. I joined them because I wanted to find a community within the gaming world and the streaming world, which I discovered once I got my PlayStation 4. I wanted to connect with other gamers. So I started watching Twitch, and one of my favorite games at the time was, of course, the first Destiny game. So I was looking at the directory, and I found a few good streamers who really inspired me to start streaming. And like I said, at the very early stages, first couple of years on Twitch, I was streaming, but sort of casually. And I was doing it mostly off of my console, like a lot of other streamers start. I've seen so many streamers today that I remember I first started watching. Some of them started streaming right off their console. There's a couple of them that I know got partnered from streaming off of their console. So if anybody out there that thinks that they can't get partnership because they don't have OBS and they don't have a capture card and they don't have a fancy PC and with all the bells and whistles that go with OBS or Streamlabs OBS, I could name off a couple of content creators to go to, and they can tell their story on how they got partnered. But it can happen. It can definitely happen. And as far as my streaming experience, it's been a roller coaster ride, but for the most part, it's been really, really good to me. I'm blessed to have the community that I have now to this day. It's grown slowly, but it has grown compared to, say, like about 2-3 years ago. it's just something that, as far as each time I stream, I take it one day at a time. I'm proud of the ones that continue to come back. I'm proud of the ones that come by and lurk and just chill and enjoy the content that I provide for them on each stream that I do. I'm thankful for anyone and everyone that comes by my stream and checks out my content.
Oh yeah, about the streamers started off with the console. Yeah, yeah, it happens. By the way, it's okay if you want, for those of you who are streamers who are starting to stream. It's okay to stream on your console and or your phone or and console. Yeah, it's okay. You can think outside the box, and there will be lots of time and effort for a streamer to upgrade. There are lots of streamers who started on PS4 like you mentioned, but it will take time, but hopefully you can there'll be lots of upgrades. Just as you said, trust the process.
Yep, exactly.
And do you still remember the first streamers you have watched and who inspired you to stream?
Oh man, some of the first streamers I've watched. One who I started watching regularly. Her name is Leah. She also went back at that time. Leah Loves Chief. She was not a partner at the time. She probably generated anywhere between 50 to 100 viewers. She received partnership, I want to say, a little less than a year after I started watching her. And I was one of the first ones to join her first stream as a partner. Congratulated her. I mean, myself and the rest of her community were so happy for her. She was primarily a Destiny streamer. She was a huge fan of Bungie because one of her favorite all-time franchises was Halo. So that's I can contribute her the biggest factor and the reason why I wanted to get involved with others in the Destiny community and play Destiny on a regular basis and eventually to stream. Later on during my first year on Twitch, I discovered another streamer. Her name is Gubba TV. Back then, she went by the name of Apple Crisp, and I was a huge part of her community on a regular basis for about 2 or 3 years. And she really had a great personality and seemed really genuine, and she always acknowledged anyone that came by the stream. And she was a little bit bigger as far as like a viewership than Leah was at the time. But with that being said, the thing that really struck me about her was she always acknowledged anybody who came in there. She would do her best to go back and read up anything she missed in chat. To this day, there have been larger partner streamers who don't pay attention to their chat. I can kind of understand one way, but one of my biggest pet peeves is, take care of your community first and foremost. I can understand because if you have like over 1,000 viewers, it's hard to it's hard to acknowledge everyone. But at the same time, I know like it can be a turnoff for some people. And, I kind of prefer staying and being part of communities that aren't super large. Even though, I'll support any of the big streamers like the Dr. Lupos and the Dr. Disrespects.
Something like that.
All those guys. I respect them for what they've been doing and what they've done. Ninja, all those guys. All those guys you could take any one of those guys and you could use them as inspiration to be a content creator. But the perception is don't think too big too fast. And that's the one thing that GovaTV sort of taught anyone who wanted to be an aspiring streamer, and she kind of helped get my foot into the door into stream teams. I was a part of her stream team for a little bit until she reformatted it, which is, it wasn't on a personal level. It's just from her, from a, what she called a business decision, because it goes back to the, you got to think about your brand and the future of your brand and what do you want. So I didn't take it personal. So those are there are others along the way that have kind of branched out from those two that I've gotten involved with, that have started streaming, and way too many that I can name off in the time that we have here, especially since, I've been part of Twitch for quite a while. But those are the two main ones that I could point to that really kicked it off for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, about the community and all that. You know what bothers me about stopping by on streams, when a streamer ignores the chat, they'll be like, "Oh, that streamer is ignoring me," something like that. Yeah, it will take time. The more the more the more the community grows, the bigger chances that the chat gets ignored and all that. But I understand the struggle of when it comes to reading the chat and all that. They have their stuff anyways, but I hope the chat understand. I hope the chat have some patience at some point.
Yeah, because you won't believe, I mean, I wasn't one of them, because I kind of got it, just by, because usually when I go to a new streamer, and especially one that does like over 1,000 viewers, I kind of sit back and watch, and I see what they're, because the biggest thing for me is not necessarily, the biggest thing for me is like that person, that individual, their personality. How are they? I mean, how do they handle everything? What is their attitude toward people? And not just there, like on their Twitter, you see things. I mean, like how do they treat people on Twitter? And and if they make a mistake, because we're all human, we all make mistakes, and we let social media get like the best of us sometime. If they make a mistake and say something, do they come back and do they acknowledge it and apologize? Because we're all human, and I give anyone in that situation the benefit of the doubt. But that's the biggest thing for me. And of course, like, the next thing, it may be a game that I like to see someone play, To this day, I'll pop in to newer streamers. That's on my recommended part of the front part of Twitch, on the Twitch page, and I'll see what they're doing and playing, see how they are, and make my own decisions on whether I'll want to stay and follow and be a part of that community or not. Because that's the beauty of Twitch. There's someone and something out there for everyone, and I'm just blessed to be able to be a part of it all. I really am.
The best part about Twitch is that the first time you meet someone in the chat, and the first time you watch the first time you watch your stream, you get to watch it over again. And sometime when you meet someone from the community, it feels like it's turning into not just a community, but also a family. Such a good feeling.
Yep.
And as always, we all have our ups and downs, especially in streaming. For you, what is the most difficult part of streaming?
Most difficult part for me is the being able to have a set schedule. Because if you talked to some streamers. One of the pointers they'll say is to make sure you give yourself a specific schedule each week. For me, though, I have a family. I have a wife. I have 2 young children, and I have a 40-hour-a-week job. You know, a full-time job. So for me, that's one of the few things that that one right there is probably the biggest challenge for me. Now, lately, I've done my best to try to keep it to where I stream between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. my time. So that way, when I'm on, at least, hey, it's a consistent thing. But, and back here about a couple of years ago, I tried to commit to specific times.
Mm-hmm.
I would post it on my panel. I would tweet out a schedule and pin it on my Twitter each week. But then a couple of times it started getting hard for me to commit to those times. I did not want my community to feel like, well, he's not streaming. Why would he do that? And then make it appear like, well, I'm just, wasting people's times if they're, by giving them false expectations that I'm going to be going live.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I announced after that time that I'm going to be doing a set schedule. I'll do my best to tweet out when I go live within an hour or so, or I'll just tweet out and go on my Discord, hey, I'm live, come by. So being able to keep a consistent schedule has probably been the most difficult part of doing it.
Yeah, one of for the past interviews that I did, yeah, they mentioned it the same as well. The stream schedule is one of their difficulties as a streamer. And yes, for me, I have a stream schedule, but there are times that every time I wake up very late, because usually I stream on your time on the, usually I stream it every morning on your time zones. And every time I stream, I sometimes I when I wake up very late, I there's a possibility that I cancel or postpone it the next day or next week or sometime. The best thing to keep in touch or to keep up with the community is to update them on social media, so that they will be aware on what's going on, and uh, to be aware on what will happen, what will be your next stream.
Yes, definitely.
And still a difficulty for me, even though I reduce my stream schedule to Fridays and Saturdays, usually Saturdays and Sundays on my time zone, with some surprise or random streams on weekdays. Yeah, I still thought of idea of streaming more, but with lots of stuff going on with work, with school and other stuff. Yeah, but yes, the stream schedule is still the difficult part for me as well.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, but the good thing is that even though there are some times that we will be able to commit our stream schedule, at least we are able to stream and keep up with the community and play games and chat.
Yeah, and also on that note, I do want to give a huge shout out to my wife about that where that's concerned. She's been really, really supportive in me doing this, um, despite the fact that of course, I have to think about her. I have to think about my kids, but in an average of about 2 to 3 hours. Anywhere between like 3 to 5 times a week. I still have time to be able to have time for them. make sure their needs are met, and also my own personal and family obligations that I need to be able to do. So I'm very, very blessed with that.
Yeah. Hope. Yeah. Good thing that we have people to that still supports our streaming, and we're looking forward to that. And by the way, you, you and I are fellow wrestling fans, and also football, American
Mhm.
football fans. What made you interested in
Yep.
wrestling and football? First off with wrestling. When did you became a wrestling fan?
Oh man, it was back in 1988. Very first event I've ever watched was over at my sister's and her ex-husband. Um, it was Survivor Series 1988.
Were you a WCW or the World Wrestling Federation fan?
I was a WWE, well back then WWF fan first. I didn't get into WCW until
Oh,
late 1990.
Oh yeah, by the way, WCW was not yet at that time in the 80s. It was around it was Jim Crockett Promotions, and there and also NWA was still huge at that time. So yeah, and also
Yes. Yep.
wrestling there are also wrestling territories in most areas in the states at
Yep.
that time. So yeah,
Yeah.
so the
At that
WC
time, Sting was the world champion,
and the
and
Rock and Roll Express is on a
yep.
roll, and Demolition, and lots of stars
Hmm.
back in the day, huge stars. So yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, that was my earliest memories of watching a wrestling event was Survivor Series 1988. And I mean, even at that time, I sporadically watched it for the first couple of years, but then I regularly watched it when I started really regularly watching it was right before WrestleMania 6, because the hottest thing at that time was Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior title for title at WrestleMania 6.
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, glad that you still get into wrestling and stuff. Have you ever thought of dreaming of becoming a wrestler?
No, at this point, I'm in my 40s, so definitely not today. Back then, I didn't really, to be honest with you, I didn't want to be a wrestler. What I wanted to be was a manager. I wanted to be a wrestling manager. But, back then, we didn't have the internet as big as what it was, and
Yeah,
we
right.
didn't have
Yeah,
the
we
World
did,
Wide Web, and
and
we
we did
really
have
didn't know how to go
wrestling
about it
news sites and all
when
that.
I first started watching it.
I see. Yeah.
Hmm. So we didn't really know how to go about it. So if 20-something-year-old me had everything we had today and knew what we knew today, then I would definitely think about pursuing something along the lines of a wrestling manager. Because especially, I'm 6 foot, I weigh about 175 pounds. And I don't think I would want to, with my stature and everything, get into any type of, situation like that. I'm a lighter guy, and usually today the lighter guys, you see all they do. So
Mm.
I don't know if I could get involved with that. Now, an interest of mine, and there have been a few people in the past that have told me when I was trying to kick off my podcast a couple of years ago, was that they thought I'd be a good announcer, a good wrestling announcer, especially with the Wrestling E Federation I do on Twitch. So if there's any offers that come my way, hey, I'd do it.
Oh yeah, come to think of it, that I'm also a wrestling fan too, and you know what makes me interesting is about the commentary as well, the announcing job. You know, I would prefer, back in the day around the 2000s. Remember Sunday Night Heat?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
when they moved to MTV, and when they began doing shows on the WWF New York at that time, when Michael Cole and Taz were the commentators. You know, this that's what
Yep.
I have my ideal commentary idea.
Yeah. Yeah. It just seems so fascinating. Then, um, because I didn't even think about it until after I kicked off my EFED, and a couple of people said, "Man, you're pretty good at this. You oughta you know you oughta maybe do wrestling commentary, or something like that." And I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm kind of a humble person, so I don't think too highly of myself in regards
Hmm.
of like, yeah, I'm okay, but I'm average.
Yeah.
But no, I appreciate any and all, um, suggestions and compliments. I really do, because again, my Twitch community, they really, some of the stuff, the positivity and everything that they tell me, with the things that I stream, and it really, to this day, really lifts me up, and you know keeps
Yeah.
me grounded.
Yeah. By the way, what my also my idea, when you know what, uh they should have a wrestling event at conventions like TwitchCon, at streaming conventions like TwitchCon. They they've been simulcasting some wrestling content also on Twitch, and we thought, you know what, why don't they have some wrestling events on at TwitchCon and some other conventions like that, and have some commentary provided by streamers, and watch what they're doing inside the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, by the way, you're also a football fan, and how did you get into football?
Hmm.
How did you become a football fan? What is the first football team?
Living.
Wait,
What's the first football game I've watched?
yeah, first football game that you've watched, and who is the first football team that you liked?
Oh man, back in, I believe it was 1993 or 1994. I was still in high school, and of course I'd watch Super Bowls on and off before then, but I really wasn't much into football until my mid to late teens. Um, and of course, living in the Dallas Fort Worth area, it was, being around, a lot of Cowboy supporters, Dallas Cowboy supporters. So I immediately became a huge Cowboys fan. You know, I slowly became one that, supported the Cowboys. Because the biggest thing about football is, one, definitely, regardless of how the team is doing, and to this, now today, Cowboys aren't like they once were.
Mm-hmm.
They've had mediocre seasons, uh, you know, 8-8 or subpar seasons each year, and but at the same time, there are other teams out there that haven't had, uh, and are not five-time Super Bowl champions like the Dallas Cowboys. And even though that's in the past, they still have that in their resume, and you can't take that away from them. There's teams that haven't won a Super Bowl. Even some of the teams that have only been around for a couple of decades or less, like the Carolina Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. But at the same time, it's always good to support your local teams. Even though I'm not a huge, say like in baseball, a Texas Rangers fan, that doesn't mean I don't support them. Like if I were to go on and like promote something for the Texas Rangers, I'd probably do it, just because I live in the area.
Mm.
But watching Dallas Cowboys football, because they were red hot back then in the mid late '90s, that's what really got me hooked into watching football. And then right before the turn of the century, when the Houston Oilers moved to Nashville, Tennessee, became the Tennessee Titans, because that's where I'm originally from. I'm from Tennessee. Have a sort of like a home state team to root for as well. So, but yeah, that's been my favorite sport. And today I'm a fan of a lot of sports, but definitely football is at the top. That sport, it's not a sport that is on. They don't have super long seasons. It's only 16 games a season plus their playoffs. So it's really something special between the months of September and February to be able to watch a really physical, awesome sport like that, because every Sunday you never can tell what's going to happen during one
Yeah.
game, and that's what really brings out the excitement in it.
Yeah, but yeah, and who are you? Who are your pick for next year's Super Bowl? Mine is the Cleveland Browns.
Oh man, Browns really played well compared to the previous season. I think they'll be in it. Um, but if I had to choose one team, I think Tampa Bay. They don't look like they're slowing down. I think Tampa Bay has a really, really strong chance of repeating.
Yeah, we're looking. Yeah, let's see how it goes as the next season goes on, and also the Super Bowl. Yeah, I'm really rooting for the.
Yeah,
I'm really rooting for the Cleveland Browns. Not because I'm bandwagoning them, but I really support the team, and I really enjoyed
yeah.
their skills. They gotta they gotta be stronger, and they gotta build their own offense and their tackles and all that.
And they got a very good first-year head coach. Um, Definitely, he was Coach of the Year candidate because Stefanski, he took that team and he pretty much got that locker room on one page to go as far as what they did.
Mm, yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, and also you have your own e-federation called the ECW Revival. What made you interested
Mm-hmm.
in e-federation? Before that, how long did you do the ECW Revival e-fed?
Little over 2 years now. I started. What really inspired me to do the E-Federation was someone I've known for a few years now. His Twitch name is BDT17. He has a E-Federation called DDI Wrestling, and he has his own panels, his own layouts in the game. He uses WWE 2K19, just like I do for the game, for the base of the foundation of his, so to speak, of his E-Federation. All created characters, even even a few of, like 2 or 3 of my created wrestlers are part of DDI Wrestling.
Oh,
But the cool thing about it, it's some of his own wrestlers that he created plus other people from his community. He's been doing it for years, even before Twitch even started. He's been doing DDI Wrestling, and he definitely is the biggest factor in me deciding to do an E-Fed. The other was I want to say about a month before I decided to do mine a couple of years ago, was when Chris Jr. 30, who was a buddy of mine and also part of Sweets Potatoes, he came up with an EFED, called it the SPWF, the Sweet Potatoes
Yeah.
Wrestling Federation.
Yeah, I've
And
also heard of that.
that right there, after seeing it,
Yeah, I've also heard of. Hey,
what's that?
Yeah, I've also heard of that SPWF. Yeah, and I'm so glad
Yeah.
that E Federation, is also booming on streams and also on Twitch. Yeah, go ahead. Feel
Oh
free.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them out there. But so yeah, so once Chris made that, I talked to him and I said, hey, after, and this was after a few EFED shows that he did on Twitch. I told him, you know what, buddy? I think I'm I asked him, I kind of wanted to do my own E-Federation too. So I sort of had a 50-50 mix of wrestlers already into K19 and ones that I've gotten off of the community creations or created on my own, plus other wrestlers from SPWF. So that's pretty much how my E-Federation began. And started. And like I said, it's been going on for about 2 years. I took a break kind of in the middle of the pandemic because of things going on, and I didn't have the time to set up a wrestling card for the e-show. But here over the past month and a half, I've been really consistent with it. So and it's going pretty strong. It's going pretty strong right now.
Yeah. Speaking of which, are there any updates on your eFed on where when it's going back?
Yes, indeed. I'm going to be doing a stream tonight for ECW Revival. So the next stream is going to be tonight on my channel.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. If anyone wants to stop by for yes, type in exclamation point get for of yes for today, DarksideCaster, and also for his show CW Revival. So as he said, his show uh, will be on tonight. If you want to stop by on his channel, feel free to stop by on his channel. There will be lots of hardcore stuff and some intense action over there on ECW Revival. So if you want to check out his channel, feel free to type in exclamation point guest. There's a link to his Twitch channel if you want to stop by to his streams. And by the way, since now that moving ahead with your streams and your day job and your plans ahead, moving forward, so let's say 10 to 15 years, or 5 to 10 years from now, any plans for your future, content wise and streaming wise?
I'm always trying to get new ideas to keep my content fresh because I kind of equate doing stuff on Twitch as to the job that you do. In any business, you gotta reinvent the wheel, so to speak, in certain aspects to stay relevant in a very competitive market. And Twitch, I mean, it's a very competitive market. You have your peers and other streamers on here, and at the same time, you need to, you want to have your own content and your own channel to be unique to yourself. And you want to be able to not so much borrow ideas or take ideas, but to come up with different ideas on your own to make it interesting, to make it unique to your personality, because that's the beauty of Twitch. Everybody's channel, it's a reflection of them. It can be a reflection of the personality, and on top of the kind of community they have. And I'm always kind of a diverse person when it comes to that. I don't really want to stick to one particular game genre or one particular uh, like, I don't want to always be like a quote unquote Star Wars or sci-fi streamer or EFED streamer. I want to go into different avenues. Like I said earlier, I want to start my own podcast. I want to find other gaming communities out there to be a part of, and then possibly get on board with that with other content creators, and collaborate with them. I want to be a part of other stream teams. The cool thing about stream teams is on a smaller scale, but you're with other content creators who are like-minded, have their own goals within that team to help each other out, help each other grow in this large ocean that we call Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
So for the future of my content, it's just continually trying to raise the bar for yourself and finding new ways to keep your content fresh and relevant.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll be asking one more question before I take a short break out. The last question is what is your ideal streamer room? What is your dream streamer room look like?
Oh man, I wouldn't mind having a stream room like on the bottom, kind of like in a basement area. No windows, just kind of in a basement area, a well lit room. I would probably, instead of using a green screen, because I've seen other streamers do this too, just paint the walls green so that way it would have like a green screen effect whenever I go live, and I can use that. Don't have to worry about moving anything around. Um, Probably be about twice the size of the room where I currently stream. It's my setup right now is kind of in a just like a regular sized bedroom. Um, but something where I can be as loud as what I want, or as crazy as what I want during my stream, and then also possibly have enough room to set up a secondary camera to where, like, if I want to do something different with the community, I can use that to my advantage. So yeah, that would probably be my ideal streaming room.
Yeah. Before we head on to our game show segment, I'll be taking a short break. Uh, every BRB by the BRB everyone. I'll be back around 5 or 10 minutes. Hold on for just a moment. Dart. Hold on. Okay, we're back finally.
Hey, welcome back.
Okay. Oh, glad you're still here. Okay, so before we head on to our game show segment, I'm going to send some questions over here. Hang on for just a
Okay,
moment.
sure.
Because we have a gaming segment uh, called a quick fire question segment called Rapid Fire or Rapid Test, where uh, you answer some of the questions that I have prepared for you. All you have to do is to answer as fast as you can in a quick in a span of 1 minute.
All right,
Here
let's
you go.
see.
Here you go.
Okay,
The those I prepared a lot of questions for you. All you have to do is to answer as fast as you can in a span of 1 minute. If you have if you have if you like if you like both of those questions, just say both. If you don't like to answer it, just say pass. I'm going to set the clock. Before that, are you ready to answer those questions?
I am
Are you ready?
ready.
Okay, 1 minute is about to it's about to set. Uh, Timer starts now.
All right. Favorite sport is football. Mario, Luigi, Luigi. Chick-fil-A or Popeyes? Chick-fil-A. Favorite food? Pizza. Favorite video game? Super Mario Brothers 3. Mac or PC? PC. Favorite Looney Tunes character? Bugs Bunny. Favorite Disney princess? Elsa from Frozen. Favorite Law and Order series? The original. Favorite pizza topping? Pepperoni. Batman or Superman? Batman. Apple or Android? Apple. Favorite Marvel movie? Guardians of the Galaxy. Favorite cereal? Shredded wheat. Favorite DC movie? That would be
Got 10
Superman
seconds on
versus
the
Batman.
clock. Okay.
Okay. Dream place to visit? Hawaii. Favorite things to do besides streaming?
And
Oh,
1 minute has passed. You can answer the remaining questions right away.
okay.
Okay, where did you last stop? Favorite thing to do besides streaming? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can answer. You can answer the remaining questions right away.
Okay. So, M&M's or Skittles? Prefer Skittles. Favorite movie of all time? The Terminator. Favorite anime? Tenchi Muyo. Three things you cannot live without: my Bible, my family, and my sanity. Favorite musical instrument? Guitar. Favorite restaurant? Oh man, that was Red Lobster. Red Lobster. Marvel or DC? DC. Favorite weather or season? I like the fall. Favorite console? That would be PlayStation 2. Favorite TV show? Nintendo game? Super Mario 3. Stream. To describe your streaming room, could be bigger.
With all that'd be great. Oh, and with that, I just want to say thank you so much, DarksideCaster, for being here on Parmesan Interviews. is there any is there anyone you would like to shout out before we end the stream? And where can what days do you usually stream?
All right. So normally I stream 3 to 5 days a week. I don't really have a set day off in particular, but the best way to find out is through my Twitter. It's at Darth Barton 77. You can go on there and follow me there to know when I go live. Also, throughout the month of May until June 1st, I am streaming for St. Jude Play Live. I have a $1,000 goal for donations. I am currently sitting at $465, which has really surpassed my expectations since I started doing the event a couple of weeks ago. My community has really stepped up with the donations, and I'm very, very proud that that I'm at that almost at that halfway point. But I'll be doing the charity event whenever I go live from now until June 1st. So anybody that could come by and donate, I'll have a link in my chat. You can go to that link through Tiltify and donate as little or as much as what you want. It all goes straight to St. Jude.
And oh, by the way, before we end the stream, we will be having part 2 next week, which will be on May 15th, Saturday, and that's probably it for now. I'll be taking the stream afterwards. And once again, thank you so much for coming to the stream. Darkside, would you do the honors? Hold on. Once again, thank you so much to DarksideCaster for having the time and for being here on the Parmesan Interviews. And I'm really looking forward to your future with your streams and also to your ECW Revival EFED, and hope for cool stuff coming up with your streams and your content. And I'm also really looking forward to your podcast in sometime in the future.
I appreciate that, Parmy. Thank you again for having me on.
And as we end the stream, Darkside, would you do the honors to end the stream?
Sure thing. From every community out there on Twitch and to the rest of the world, I'm DarksideCaster, and this is Mr. Parmy. Love, hugs, high fives, and fist bumps to all. Have a wonderful Friday. Goodbye, guys.